So please help me welcome Amy Youngren and the rising stars of video.
Thank you. So excited for Excellence 2018. You guys having a great day so far? I feel a little bit like Ellen right now. Just a very, very, very less wealthy version of her. I can absolutely attest to the fact that getting to know these three and interviewing them and the research that has gone into this panel, I will be the #1 person in this room with the most takeaways and with the plans to elevate my video strategy in 2019. Does anybody want to accomplish that at the same time? Anybody else? All right. If you're anything like me and you're sitting in this room, then you probably want to know, what am I actually going to get out of this, right? Like, let me take something away from this. So why don't we just quickly touch on what are some of our top takeaways going to be? Charles, we'll start with you.
What you can do to overcome the hurdle of either getting started. What you can do to overcome the hurdle of either getting started in video or elevating your video strategy.
Getting started. Who's here to get started in video? Okay, quite a few people still. Who wants to elevate? And believe me when I say I'm about to share some stats with you, so if you didn't put up your hand, you will be after this. Okay, Michelle.
So, takeaways that you can implement today moving forward in your business.
Things that you can do, sorry, Jordan.
That's fine.
Things that you can do today, live. Live, Facebook Live. Stories, live, right. Anybody else here a little bit nervous of live sometimes? A lot of times? All right, Jordan.
And you're going to rethink why you do video, and more importantly, why you should do video.
Say that one more time.
Why you do your videos, and why you should do videos.
And do more video.
Yes.
Okay, if this doesn't push you into action mode with video, I don't know what will. So, marketers who use video grow revenue 49% faster than non-video users. Michelle, you're a perfect example of this. When you started doing video 6 months ago, your team has doubled and your production has doubled.
Right. Went from 36 units last year. We will do 125 units this year and double the GCI, double the volume.
All right, panel over. Video, I didn't wear my glasses because I was like, oh, I'll look cooler without my glasses. So now I can't read that. So now I'm going like this. Video on social media generates 1,200% more shares than text and images combined. Is that not nuts? Viewers retain 95% of a message when they watch it in a video compared to 10% when they're reading it in text. And lastly, the average user spends 88% more time on a website with video. When I read that stat, the only thing that came to my mind was, thank God I'm a curator client. Does anybody agree? Mm-hmm. They get it. Yeah. They get it. All right, we're gonna get started. There is one reason and one reason alone that people do not embrace video or elevating their video strategy. Do you know what that is? Fear. Exactly, fear. You, young man, have a position on fear.
Yeah. So one thing, like we talked about this earlier, to think that I'm not sitting here nervous and scared to sit in front of a couple hundred people and talk to you guys about something like video.
There's like 600 people in here.
600 people, even better. If you think that fear is not going to exist for folks even like us up here on this panel, then you just don't get it. Because realistically, you've got to learn to embrace the fear, because otherwise it's going to either destroy you by holding you back, or you're going to overcome it and you're going to succeed and you're going to separate yourself from everybody else. So being afraid is okay. Just learn to embrace it, because if you're going to do something that you've never done before and grow your business and be successful, then you're going to have to learn to overcome that, because other people can't. And that's one of my biggest takeaways for overcoming fear to do video.
Michelle, you do something kind of unique to overcome fear.
Oh, little liquid courage. Never hurt anybody. I did not have any liquid courage just now, though. I
was
would like to say that.
I asked her if she wanted a Perrier. She's like, do you have a shot of vodka?
No, I mean, the first time I did a Facebook Live, I did not know what to say. I was constantly worried about what do I look like. My poor husband, sweet husband, is videoing me. He says, you look beautiful, you're fine, just keep talking, keep doing it. And yeah, liquid courage, just every time, just.
Whatever you have to do to get in the zone, right?
So
Right.
speaking of that, like that's a huge point that we talked about is if you worry about what you look like on video, like you've obviously forgot that everybody else right here in everyday conversation, your family, your friends, people you run into at the grocery store, they see you. The real you.
And that's
I
what
think
you look
Chris
like.
was the one that
Yeah.
said that.
Somebody said that to me once, and I was like, I don't want to do live. Like, I don't know if my hair looks good. I feel like I might, my makeup, or I feel like I'm, with the angle okay. They're like, you look like that every day.
That's right.
Okay.
And I hate the way I sound on video. Like, I had to get over that. I mean, Jordan was
Jordan
telling
said
me
the same
stories
thing.
of
I thought I use 2 microphones when I do my videos, and I thought that one of my microphones was broken because I'm like, the person I'm interviewing sounds perfect every time, and I sound like shit. But that's actually just what I sound like.
yeah.
That's
have
me.
a
That's
nice
my
voice,
voice.
Jordan. You
Well,
have a
thank
nice
you. It's
voice.
very calming.
Does anybody in here like their own voice? The sound of their own
No.
voice? No. Right. So what's the one thing though that we could do if we overcome some of the obstacles like our confidence or what we look like and we're fine? I'm going to do it. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go live, or I'm going to start doing video, but I lack ideas or I lack the creative side. What would you say to that?
I would say go with what you know. Like, if you can have a conversation one-on-one with a client, if you can have a conversation one-on-one with a client or somebody you're colleagues with, or even here at a Curator Excellence conference, then you can go live. You can do video. Talk about what you know, because it's going to come across way less rehearsed. That's why I like live video. It's easier to get out, but you actually get a chance to talk about what you know without having to be rehearsed. And if you know it really well, then people are going to get to see your true knowledge, your personality, your quirkiness. And so I think when you're live, you don't have that chance to edit or to retake or to redo. And when you know that, it flips the switch and you start thinking, okay, even if I do mess up, just gain your control back. Don't try to fill all the silence. Don't try to make it perfect. Roll on with it. Act like, we're humans. We're not perfect. It's not supposed to be. And that's why I embrace live videos so much.
We're humans. It's not perfect and it's not supposed to be. I think sometimes we get so caught up in that. I remember, once I was talking about video at an event, and I shared the story about how Chris was actually really influential in helping push me out of my comfort zone to start doing video. And I said the line, like my perfectionism was hindering my progress. I wouldn't get going because I didn't feel like it was perfect. And that will in any area, never mind just video, any area of our business, it will hold us back. And so authenticity is so engaging too, and that's what I love about live. Mm-hmm. And it's something that I'm really working on too, in my own life and in my own business. Talk about live a little bit and how you use it. I love your ideas on how you go live specifically to make, to build up the momentum for an announcement.
Absolutely. So we time block on Thursdays to shoot video. And before that, we'll go live. We'll do a teaser to really bring in what's happening the next day.
So you time block to do your lives and to do your videos?
Yes.
So completely planned. Jordan, you're the same too, right?
Absolutely.
Schedule
it all.
But you're not.
I'm like a squirrel. It's just
Okay.
everywhere. Yeah.
All 3 of these people are phenomenally successful. All 3 of them are doing it differently. So what works for you is what you need to do. So if you're a planner and you need to be scheduled and have that regimented, go for it. If you need to be ad hoc and random.
Well, and you can do a bunch together, not live to that point, but
Yeah.
the videos, you can just do several in a row and then have it planned out. That's what we do. We plan a quarter at a time. We have whoever we're interviewing, it's usually a community member. They know their week, and the team and I know on Thursday afternoon we're shooting a video. If we don't have it on the schedule, we're not going to do it, because I'm never going to get over the fact that I don't want to do a video to push our business forward. Yet I know it is the most effective way for us to gain branding awareness in our community.
You guys want to see one of Michelle's videos? Yeah. Okay. So her video editor, who is her husband, put together this little montage for you guys. We're just going to jump.
Hi, it's Michelle and we're from the Hughes Group at Keller. Now we're on the industrial side of town, heading up to Fox Crafts. We're on the golf cart, heading to town. We are heading to Williamsport, Pennsylvania. We're going to see Lisa Kelly and Scott Porter. We are spotlighting all of our local business owners because that is what we do on Thursdays. We're here at Fox Crafts. So excited today to be at Bulldog Golf Cars. Today we're getting ready to just go on a ride on the golf cart. So you want to make pizza? How about that? We will be back to the $6 line. I'm working on humility. It's not that easy for me.
Are you always on the golf cart?
We are
'cause you're
always
drinking?
on. No,
this
no,
is so-
no.
This is the coolest thing. They live in a golf cart town. Like, there's no, of course there's cars. It's like the Flintstones.
Yeah. We're always on the golf cart. We go to every event or wherever we're filming, we go on the golf
I
cart.
literally repeated this back to her. I was like, wait a second. You tour houses from a golf cart.
That's
I
right.
thought she was joking.
100 miles
I'm
of
from
cart
downtown
paths.
Toronto, so I couldn't
Yeah.
even wrap my head around that.
It's good. No one else in our community is doing video, and it sets us apart. People are looking for it. We're regularly getting 10,000 views without boosting it, 30 shares. It works because it's not about us, well, a little bit about us, but we're authentic doing that, and then we shoot right to a community member that we want to help promote their business, and they love it, and they love that we care about making them a great small business and helping them succeed.
You said this line to me when we were talking. You said, if you connect, it doesn't matter if you're talking about potholes or pizza, if you connect.
Yeah. And when it's just a connection of we have this great thing in common, which is we love our city. We love our little Peachtree City going on the golf cart. That is why everybody moves there. And you just make it about what they're so passionate about, making a pizza. Let's go make a pizza. It's a win every single time. It's not perfect at all. And I always look at it and think, oh, I didn't look good. I didn't say the right thing. Whatever. It wasn't about what I do. It's about what the connection is with that owner or that person.
And I think you could probably define success in video marketing when your competition starts commenting on your videos, and that's what happened to you, right?
The first live video I did, we're a brand new, I have not been a realtor that long, and so people have not seen us coming, right? And so our number one competitor, 3 hours after the Facebook Live, I'm back in the office working, and he comes in and he says, hey, saw your video. It was too long. And then started telling me every single thing I did wrong, in hopes of, I think, intimidating me, making me feel like, oh, well, crap, I shouldn't do it again, or I'm not gonna put myself out there again because I didn't say the right thing.
Okay, so I have a question for you. Does he do video?
No.
Okay. So
He's super jealous of me.
My coach said this to me 1 month ago. He said, Amy, my shittiest videos will outperform your absent ones every day.
Yep.
That was so painful.
And it's so fun that he's talking about me and not his business. That's
Exactly.
terrific.
Yeah.
I'll take it all day, every day.
Yeah, keep talking about the Humes Group all day long.
Yeah.
One of the great things about video, especially whether it's live or pre-recorded, if it bombs, just delete the freaking thing and move on. Like, it's not the end of the world. Nobody, you're not gonna.
Louder, Charles. Louder.
You want to
Sit
know what
back,
the funniest thing is? That he was the one who was most obnoxious and on our prep calls.
He wouldn't
and he's
stop.
the one that's quiet.
It's like they made me so nervous about talking to you guys that. No, I'm kidding. I don't know what I said.
But you know what? When I see your video, I think.
Just delete it if you don't.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
delete it. If it sucks, delete the thing and move on. It's not life or death. It's not that important. Just move on and do it again. Learn from it. And I think that's something Jordan's done really good with.
Yeah, and Michelle, what makes yours so good is that it's not perfect. It's just, you just did it. Like, you're out
Michelle,
there.
you suck.
How did I look?
Pump-up session.
Yeah. No, you just do it. I think when the minute I got over it and just decided, okay, I didn't lose 10 pounds yet, probably because I'm having liquid courage at 11 o'clock in the morning. Whatever, you know?
It's not working.
It's not working. I didn't sweat today like Charles.
That's right.
You're always sweating.
Okay,
No.
So,
He is. You always put that, right? Did you sweat today?
Yeah,
Hashtag did you sweat today?
Right.
He already did.
I didn't say stink, just sweat.
No, you smell great.
all of these guys do really awesome property marketing videos too. We're just not really touching on that as much right now because we have limited time. But you do a killer job with your community videos, both of you. And I want to segue to Jordan in a sec, but what are you doing with your videos? You've shot like a killer video, great content, you're happy with how you look. What are you doing with it? Where's it going?
Jordan?
Do you want to answer that?
Oh,
Or do you want...
yeah, sure. Yeah, we are no registration, letting them share, like I said a minute ago. That way, everybody's talking about it, and then they're following. If they do register, or we get, they will eventually click the Humes Group like the button when we invite them to like our page, and then they're in our database, and we're constantly giving them more footage, and they're asking when it doesn't come out. So we got to be on our A game to have it planned because they are saying, I haven't seen the video.
That's good when they're waiting for the video
Yeah.
each week. Mine's a little bit different. I actually have a separate page for mine. I went away from my real estate page for my community videos. I found, at least in my town, like, unless people are buying or selling like right now, not everybody wants to follow a real estate page. Like, I'm posting about properties and this and that, and if they don't care about that, then they see this is another real estate page, and in our area they get flooded with a lot of them. So I have a different page that's just the Why Aurelia page, and I'm uploading to Facebook, and it's just a magic million audience, and just boost it and get it out as far as you can.
So talk a little bit about your Why Aurelia page and specifically who you're interviewing, how you got started, and your commitment to the consistency of what you're doing. It's pretty awesome.
So I started in May of this year. I had been thinking about it for a while. Actually, last Excellence, the biggest thing that I took was after the brunch, I was talking to Joe Mackin. We were talking about how I need to do this community video series. And so finally one day I was just sitting in my office and I said, let's do this. And so I interview local business owners, interesting people. I've interviewed the mayor, basically anybody that I think is an interesting person in our community. And I like to serve as sort of the moderator to get their message out to the community, introduce them to the community.
Okay, but I'm a downtown Toronto realtor. I don't live in a small community. What would you say to that? Who would you suggest I interview?
Well, you pick your niche neighborhood, your niche market. I just spoke to someone on the phone who lives at Youngren Eglinton in Toronto, which is a major intersection in Toronto. And there's still, in a big city, people who live in a big city know that people don't want to travel across the whole city for their barber and their restaurants. They want everything to be in their tight little neighborhoods. So go and find the people who have an audience, who have a following, interview them, leverage their audience, and stay committed to it.
If you're bringing value to those people, then they're gonna jump at the opportunity to let you do that and share.
Exactly. And
Did you say your 100 things? Did you say that?
No. So when I started,
Let's show your a summary
Okay.
of your video
interrupt
first.
you.
So
That's
guys-
okay.
Have you guys seen Jordan's Why Aurelia stuff?
you should all be seeing it.
Really good.
Okay. Let's check it out.
Hey everybody, it's Jordan Rossman, and I am that guy that asks everybody in Aurelia that big bad question. Why Aurelia? What specifically about Aurelia? Oh, we're gonna start on that one.
It's the community. It is absolutely community, a sense of community.
It's a very welcoming community.
It's the community.
Understanding a community to me is a group of people that will drag you over the finish line, whether you are willing or not.
What is it about Aurelia that keeps you here and keeps you going?
The lifestyle.
Lifestyle.
The ski hills, the cross-country trails, the mountain biking trails.
Nature, the waterfront.
It was on a lake.
We got the lakes, we got the country, we got everything you want.
Very much.
Lifestyle Aurelia matches what I
I just like the driving forces for me, the passion that I have for Aurelia is because I love it. I think what it boils down to is that I just love it.
I'm hungry now.
Those were good wings, Costco wings.
Costco wings.
Costco
I thought
wings.
you were at a restaurant.
No, that was in my
Okay,
office.
So you made a commitment. Am I on? Is this on? Okay.
Mic check.
Hello? Okay, you made a commitment that you were going to do 100 community videos
In 100 weeks.
In 100 weeks.
Yeah.
What week are you on now?
I just posted 23, so I'm almost a quarter of the way there. And what that's done is I set out to build an audience in my town. Like Chris was saying earlier, if you build that personal brand, you're not worried about ROI. And so I set out to build this personal brand. And I knew that I had to be consistent. We post videos every single Wednesday, no matter what. Yesterday was a Wednesday, but the first thing I did when I got checked into this hotel was I uploaded our video that we shot. And so that consistency has held me accountable. It's helped me build an audience that respects, and they know that every week they know what they're gonna get, and they come back and they keep coming for more.
You're the same. You post consistently on the same time and day every week?
So we film on Thursdays so that my sweet husband has the weekend to really get it edited. He would like me to be a bit more scripted if someone was looking for advice on how to get it done if you're doing it yourself, which we are. We use 2 iPhones with tripod and then an Osmo, I think is the name of it. And over the weekend, he would prefer if we said less because it's less footage to get through. And then we post it at the beginning of the week on the evening, Monday evening. Okay,
and Jordan, you film and edit yourself and post yourself?
Yes, so myself and my assistant set up the cameras, I edit it. We got it down to a system where it only takes about an hour to edit it. It's about 30 minutes to shoot an interview. And what's happened is people see it every week, and one of the things that's been nice is in the beginning, I was reaching out and cold emailing, cold calling people to see if I could interview them. And then once we built this audience and this consistent, these results each week, now our inbox is flooded every day with people wanting to be on the show.
And you say you go for lunch with your wife all the time and people are stopping you in the street?
Yeah, it's actually kind of obnoxious, but I guess it's. She's
like, I just went on a date.
It's a good thing to show her. It takes a commitment from your team, and that includes your family, to see, I'm putting all this effort into something that's not necessarily driving short-term sales. But when you go to the hardware store and somebody comes up and they're like, hey man, I really love your videos. Or you go to a restaurant and the waitress says, hey, on Wednesday, what video's coming out on Wednesday? You know that you're onto something.
Who shoots your videos?
Me, like this most of the time. Yeah,
okay.
So.
What do you guys say to the audience when they're like, I don't have a sweet husband to shoot, film, edit my videos, or I'm not tech savvy and I don't want to do it myself, or I can't do it myself? What do you guys say to that?
I mean, leverage it. That's why we hired Marketer, because I wanted to spend time shooting videos. I didn't want to worry about the next listing that was coming out the next week. We hired Marketer. That leverage piece helped us. Steven is really good with the editing, but if you can get someone for not very much money to help you do an hour of editing. Like
Chris says all the time, you either have more time than money or more money than time. If you have more money than time, hire somebody to do it. And if you have more time than money, I sat on YouTube for 10 hours learning how to shoot an interview and piece together some equipment, and that's how we roll.
So could you give everybody a snapshot of what your package of equipment is, because you've got a setup, obviously.
Yeah, so we started with 2 cameras. I just like taking pictures as a hobby. My assistant had a camera. We ended up adding a 3rd camera, so we have 3 cameras and 3 tripods. Not super expensive. They're not $10,000 cameras. Our whole setup's about maybe $2,500. Couple mics, and we go in maybe 20 minutes before the interview. We set up, we get mic'd up, and we roll.
We have a handheld Zoom microphone. It's cheap. And I said the wrong thing earlier, an EVO or Evo Shift, not the Pro, my husband says to tell you all. It comes with a tripod and it costs $119. And then, like I said, 2 iPhone 10s. One goes on the tripod, the other one we hold because we're on the golf cart.
So, we use iPhone for almost everything. The majority of our videos shot over the first couple of years were on my iPhone 6S. It wasn't even a good phone. And the microphone, I think, is key, just like in this or anything else. If they can't hear you, just like we hear a lot, then that's important. So a lot of times we will have, if you have a plug-in mic, or if you have, I use the AirPods, even those will help a lot, but we've also bought some of the add-ons that clip to your phone. I use a Boya BMM1 or BYMM1 or something. It's like a $50-$60 little shotgun mic that goes on there. And it clips on, everything's on just a little Gorilla Pod, and you can You can set that up and use it for interviews, you can do the other, but to me, and we're a marketer client too for the same reason, to get time back. I want more time to shoot videos. Like that was one of the main reasons we did it. It wasn't we couldn't do it. And so to get that back, I just don't want to spend my time editing videos. I want to spend my time out doing the videos. And to me, I don't get them out trying to edit them all perfectly, trying to find music, trying to add titles to it. So that's why I've embraced the live video more. And whether it is a community video, whether it is us doing a Q&A, whether it's us just goofing off in the office, like shenanigans for us is some of our biggest videos. Bloopers that we combine after the fact, those are great videos too. But live video gives you something else to work with and to retarget. So you asked earlier too, what are you doing with your videos? Like that's the biggest key of why we're doing so many live and doing the various types of live is to reach a lot of people. And the hashtag no reg with the announcements, oh my gosh, how awesome is that going to be for video? Because now you can drive a ton of people there with the stuff we're already doing, whether it's marketer or you're doing it yourself. And then you can showcase yourself, your personality, your knowledge to then capture that extra bit of info. And that's why we're doing video. Like if you ask why we're doing video, it's not only branding, but I need something behind the no reg for value. And that's us.
That's awesome. 51% of marketing professionals worldwide name video as the content with the best ROI. And we were just chatting about this earlier. Talk to that, Jordan.
I talked to so many people about my video series and with Curator, and people always ask me, what's the ROI?
If I had $1 for every time somebody called me and said, what's your ROI with Curator? I'm like, you don't get it. Click.
What's the ROI?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm joking. Chris, I don't hang up. Jimmy, I don't hang up on them. I explain.
Yeah, no offense, but it's the wrong question. If you want me to show you the numbers of the ROI of my video series, I can't do it. Like I can't. We started in May, maybe in a year from now my answer will be different, but the reality is that I always tell people, just come walk around town with me for a day and you'll see the ROI. Have a conversation with one of my clients or somebody I've interviewed, you'll see the ROI. It's just there, like you know it's there. And
if you get personal branding, like they were talking about already this morning, if you get personal branding, then you're not focused on the ROI. It's not a factor.
Yeah, it's just there.
It happens.
Yeah, exactly. It just happens.
Okay, cool. Last takeaways. If you guys did not remember anything that was just said, we're going to leave you with one nugget from each of us that you can write down. Okay. Charles.
Fear is your biggest hurdle. Embrace it and go live or go home. Those are mine.
Go live or go home.
Yep.
You heard it here first.
So relationships through video, not marketing through video. We're building relationships. We're building a big brand that no one can compete with. When you are putting in, like Jordan said, about 100 videos, you are building relationships that they're going to remember every single time what you did for them and their family.
And mine is done is better than perfect. I can't tell you how many people overanalyze, how much I did it. I overanalyzed the videos. They had to be perfect. The video quality had to be perfect. Just get it out, get it done. Don't worry about the gear. Don't worry about the logistics. Just email people you want to interview. Start interviewing them. If all you have is a phone, just use your phone and you'll grow from there.
For sure. You guys, life is made up of moments. Do you agree? Yeah? When you look back at the trajectory of your business, you can think, I remember specific moments when something motivated me, or something inspired me, or something propelled me into action. Can you think of something right now? If you think about the course of the growth of your business, what are those defining moments? Let this panel and this conference be your defining moment for implementing video in 2019 so you do not get left behind. Thanks, guys. All right.